By the end of this video, you will not fap ever again in your life. That's my goal and my promise. So let's go and see why I hate this habit in general. What is the reason behind it all? Well, it all started about 3 years ago when I was sitting in the darkest spot in my life, where I literally was the loneliest person in this world. All I could see and all that was present for me back then was the dark clouds outside that were literally so damn thick that the sun was almost completely blocked. It was like night at 3 p.m. at day. And on top of that, the darkness in my head, because whenever I would think about my future, about tomorrow, about the day after, all I could see was darkness. All I could see was literal black space with nothing inside and nothing in awaiting for me. Nothing. And it all began with my online girlfriend, which I was basically the reason why she ended up acting the way she ended up acting. By the end of the relationship, 2 years later, I was literally masturbating 30 fucking times a day. To a point where I literally started having suicidal thoughts. So in reality, when it comes down to having friends, I had none. When it comes down to having a girlfriend, I had one, which wasn't even that great. And I didn't even end up having the relationship that well. So I would have been better off without one than with one back in the day. My family literally didn't know who I was because I was such a closed hermit crab up until that point. Every single day I would spend that by waking up in the morning, grabbing in the locker behind me some cookies that I had from the store, which are full of fucking sugar, eat the cookie, check off real quick and then go on and literally just play video games the whole day and night until about 3 a.m. in the morning. What do you expect? Will your family love you if you are like that? Of course, neither did mine. And what about confidence? Well, it was non-existent. I was a beautiful person online. I was a person who could talk with everyone, who was so confident that people actually liked being around. If you really saw me back then, you would probably think that I'm this jacked person right now, being super nice looking and all of that. In reality, I was a fucking stick man. Without any muscle, without anything going for me in life. All I was doing was wasting time upon some superficial, imaginary success and status inside a video game. And the deciding point was masturbation. If I didn't saw what I had saw that day, I would not have been here teaching you how to quit masturbation. I perhaps would not have even been alive. So that's why I'm telling you this story. Those were the quote-unquote benefits I got from masturbation. I was lonely, depressed, suicidal, and the worst of all, I did not like myself whatsoever. So if you would like to continue upon that route that I was 3 years ago, that you may be on right now, continue doing what you have been doing. But you have to understand this. You must let go of this habit. This habit is not good for you. This habit is literally like having a leech stuck on your back that you can't reach because you're fat and you can't pull it out. So it's constantly just sucking your blood away. And you're wondering, man, I'm eating so much food. Why don't I get the energy? Well, this leech in behind is sucking your energy away. A good analogy that I want to use is a dam. You know how a dam looks like? Hold up. So as you can see, this behind me is a dam wall. So I think I did a good job so you can understand this. You see, as you know, maybe you don't know, but here is how a dam actually functions. And don't worry bro, this will be bro science, so don't click off the video because I'm not gonna give you some science lectures. This is water, this is a wall, a huge wall, imagine it like a huge Chinese wall in front of you, which are 10 times stronger than the Chinese wall, which is supposed to keep this water in the behind. You can imagine this as this little river once was a big river, but now you put this wall and it became a lake. So now only a small amount of water actually goes through. Now why do this? Why do this to nature? Well, by doing this, first of all, you create a lake which accumulates water for you. And second of all, you create a mechanism to produce electricity. As you can see, this tiny little spot over here, there where the water actually goes outside, that is the turbine of the whole dam. And whenever it passes by through this little spot, it produces electricity. That's why we do this to nature. And that's exactly how it should be used. Now imagine if somebody, like a Hulk, came by with his axe in hand and he was like, la 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 la, and just broke the dam in half. Do you think that's a smart idea? For all of this water to just flow away and that's it? First of all, you will not have made electricity, and second of all, if there are villages down the line, or on this side, they are flooded, man. There is nothing of them. So that's exactly the dangers when it comes down to masturbation. If you didn't realize, this is equal to your testosterone, bro. Yeah, this is a T. It looks like a mushroom, but that's a T, your testosterone. And your testosterone, every single day you wake up, has this accumulated energy inside you. That's why whenever you wake up sometimes, for whatever reason, you have a huge fucking boner, which is tougher than this thing over here. So, whenever that happens, most people, which you shouldn't lie right now, most likely even yourself, I'm gonna admit, I did this myself, thought that it was because we wanted to masturbate. And you know the movement that you would do as soon as you would wake up. So afterwards you feel soulless, you don't like your day and you don't like yourself. That's what happens when you waste that testosterone. It's the equivalent of the Hulk coming by and breaking the dam in half so the water can go through. Now your testosterone is wasted and did nothing but harm. It literally did nothing but harm you and perhaps others around you. Now, what is the right way to actually make this happen? Fairly simple. You see this little opening over here? You have that for your testosterone too, man. You have this in your life, in your body. And how do you use this? Well, of course, it's not a fucking tap which you can open and now your testosterone goes out. It can be like that, but you shouldn't do that. The way you should actually use this is going to the gym. When I first started exercising, I was surprised later on, in the same night, in the same day, as how quickly I fell asleep. Before that, I literally need to spend hours upon my phone, just thinking, whoa man, I can't fall asleep, let's watch Mr. Beast. And I would spend time up until 4 a.m. in the morning, until it happened. This way, I spend my testosterone though. Whenever I would exercise, I would literally spend all of my testosterone. That's how you can actually use your testosterone on one way. But eventually, you will get tolerance to exercising. So now you will have even more testosterone for other things in your life, such as your work, such as your relationships, such as your house, your family, and other stuff. And if you remember that little picture of confidence, friends, and the girlfriends and all of that, you will have all of that. Suddenly your confidence will be coming back to you because first of all, you're going to the gym, you're doing the right habits, and on top of that, you still have the energy to do the same day 3 times in a row and still can do more. That's what confidence is. Second of all, you will actually start going to the gym, working upon yourself, upon your business, and before you know it, you become this jacked superhuman that you never thought you would be. And lastly, that relationship that you always wanted, it's actually yours. Your family suddenly looks you through a different lens and you actually like yourself. So if all of this sounds cool, you may be thinking, but the journey will be lonely. Of course it will be. How many people want to change? How many people have watched this video until the end? Maybe you're one of them. Most of them clicked off. Most of them didn't even thought about finishing the video. They were like, oh man, let's see what this video is about. Oh wait, this guy has a point. Anyway, let's continue. You're not one of them, are you? If you're still watching, you're not one of them. You want to change. You want to succeed. You want to be this person who is actually looking good, presentable, who can flex in front of the mirror, do these crazy poses, just like the influencers, and you wouldn't feel cringe. You want that relationship, you want that business, you want all of this, you want that. yet you don't get it for one reason. Because you're afraid. And I was too, man. I can't blame you. But now I have created this community, which is completely free. Click the first link in the description, where you will not be afraid anymore. You can join the community and you will be met up with like-minded people such as yourself who perhaps watched this same video right now as you did. Your current brother, which you could meet within 2 days from now or 2 seconds from now, maybe on this same video right now. So take action. And if you're interested about some deeper topics, you can check out this video over here to learn more. See you.